Well, this was supposed to be part 49, but it turned into part 50 because Triple Z decided to go into Z's by being stuck in an infinite loop of loading, and it refused to budge, so I had no choice but to forcefully take the game out of, restart the game, which meant, of course, stopping the stream and having to restart it all over again into another part. So, yeah, not very happy about that at all. So anyway, I think we did the last of Quixie's shit, and now we gotta finish it up right here on the bridge. Moment finally arrived. What moment? Of course, it's the moment to receive our reward. We completed all 10 of the great trials. Now all you have to do is wait here, as the novel says. First person to walk across the sky bridge will be Princess Elena, here to announce the king's reward. And then we will fall in love, and I will become a noblest of knights. As for you, my loyal squire, you will be honored with the title of... Wait, someone needs to be coming. Someone seems to be coming. Someone slowly appears from the other end of the bridge. It's a Bang Boo. Is this the princess? What are you about being silly about, Squire? It's a Bang Boo. How could anyone mistake a Bang Boo for a princess? That doesn't count. Wait for the next one. Soon another figure appears on the other end. It's a girl. Is this the princess? Don't be silly, Squire. This is my Quixie. I finally found you. I've been looking for you for days. His owner. Are you its master? No, she's the one I got separated from before. My previous squire. Her name is Rachel. Previous one? Could it be that you are... No, I'm not. I'm not his owner. I'm just along for the ride. That's right, we've completed all the trials and await Princess Elena's appearance. You, Quixie, you completed the trials with another squire? Come on, Rachel, calm down. How am I supposed to calm down? This isn't how it went in the novel. The novel clearly said that after the squire endured hardships to find the knight, they would embark on exciting adventures again. What went wrong? This is what adventure is all about, Rachel. Adventures are always full of unexpected things. I don't care. This trial doesn't count. You're going to start all over again with me. What about my reward? What did Quixie promise you? I'll double it. I promised that after completing the trials, I would request the king appoint the squire as a new mayor of New Eridu as he deserves. Mayor? No problem. Who are you exactly? It's just the mayor, right? Wait for Quixie and I to complete the trial and find the king, and I'll give you my reward. I don't want anything, just for you to become the mayor of New Eridu. If one is enough, I'll make you the mayor of 2 cities. What 2 cities? It seems you've made up your mind to adventure with me, loyal Rachel. Of course, adventuring with a knight is amazing. Hee. I spent all my pocket money to buy you just for the adventure. Alright, then Rachel and I will start our adventure from the beginning. As for you, though, we may part ways. I'll never forget your companionship along the journey, dear squire. No, you are no longer just a squire. In my heart, you are my comrade in pursuit of justice. A knight in your own right. A knight in training, that is. I hope this time you can pursue true justice. Don't worry, I remember the promised reward, and it'll be double. Besides that, once I achieve fame and success, I'll write your name in my biography even before Rachel's. Why is that? I want to be in front. Never mind. Can we start the adventure now? You, this newly promoted trainee knight, I will take you as my role model. When the trial ends, I'll definitely become a knight too. And so, the original knight and squire shouting the motto, become a knight, happily depart. I remember Quixie said that the knightly novel was shown to it by the squire. Okay, can we finish this and not have the game freeze on me? Apprentice Knight, weren't you going on an adventure? Rachel says she wants to take you as a role model, so she needs some time preparing and is now visiting various shops, trying to find an outfit just like yours. So, can I come over and catch up with you, revisiting old glorious achievements? If there's anything left unsaid, now's the time to say it. Just give me my polychromes and be gone. I have no idea who the fuck is calling me. Knight errant bang boo, whatever that means. Okay. Oh, it's a telephone town hall sales call. Who cares? I just want to play my game in peace. In peace. Okay. Well, we finally got the Quixie shit over with. And as much as it displeases me to do it, I'm gonna go ahead and do the
Stomach ensures a good night's sleep.
I'm gonna go ahead and do the event quest for Soldier Zero, Anby, and Trigger, because 6 days, it's gonna run out soon. Might as well do it. And I also have to level up, because the quests it's now giving me are ones that I will not be able to do unless I rank up. So the first one, okay, so first is Soldier Zero, first is Trigger. Anby came first, so I'll go ahead and do her. Silver Soldier Song. Okay. So let's do it.
I just got back from Waterfall Soup.
What happened? Did something come up with General Chop?
No, nothing really. It might not even be a big deal. It's just... General Chop mentioned that Soldier 11 hasn't come to eat noodles at the shop for some time now. We haven't heard from her for a while either.
Maybe she's been busy with something lately. You know, like a mission.
On a mission? But even then, she'd still try to reply to messages from you. That's what she did before. This is starting to worry me now. Oh, if only her squad mates were with her.
A few days ago, Trigger visited Scott Outpost. If I'm not mistaken, you're back to inquire about Soldier 11 again. I just realized that Trigger is not wearing what looks to be front shirt covering of any kind under that frontal armor pad. Also, what is that giant metal brick placed on the front, I wonder? Is it like a brace for the rifle or something? When was the last time you got some shut-eye? They're closed right now. Don't worry, I'm fine. And I can't rest until I've confirmed her whereabouts. Okay, so Trigger is blind, from what I can understand. But she's an expert marksman? I guess she has some good Daredevil sensors, I suppose. Then again, she's also wearing that visor, so I don't know. That sounds like something I want to figure out. Like, why is she the way she is? It's like Kenshi from Mortal Kombat, a blind man who's an expert swordsman, and yet you have Trigger here who's blind but is an expert marksman. I wonder how that works. Recently, she keeps getting redeployed, and I haven't been able to connect with her, which is very unusual. We are colleagues after all, so I thought perhaps you might have some information. You're in luck. However, I want you to promise me something. Don't push yourself too hard and go get a good night's sleep for her sake, if nothing else. I'll do it for you too, Ray. I know you say that to everyone, but fine, here goes. Someone who looks a lot like Soldier 11 was spotted in Hollow Zero. According to the eyewitness's account, she was with some armed individuals who were not Defense Force personnel. I'll send you the precise coordinates. Are you heading out now, Trigger? Enter combat. So we're playing as Trigger, officially.
Hey, don't look down on me!
Ready and waiting.
Okay, I can't play as...
I am the Eye of...
Looking for
I've got... I am the Eye of Obel.
I already have Trigger unlocked.
ready for combat.
I'll go with Bernice. Nope, it's not a rifle brace. As far as I can tell, it's some kind... What is that metal brick on her front chest covering? It's kind of weird.
We've arrived at the coordinates Ray provided. She's so kind.
Damn, that cake just jiggles. It's not even a big cake, but it's a nice shapely one all the same.
Adjusting for wind. Yeah. I'll take point. Suspicious ether fluctuations over there.
I really, really hope that this is the... Uh-oh, there goes troops. I really hope that with games like Triple Z, we're going steadily back to the age of the 2000s where...
Ether vision activate.
Where,
My turn!
The enemy is ambushed. Can't catch me. The melody of combat. Support in position. Copy. Adjusting for wind.
Need a hand?
Fire support ready. Press the advantage.
I like that.
No mercy. Increase firepower.
Why aren't you laughing?
Time to pin them down.
as I was saying, I really hope that with games like this, we gradually are in the midst of going back to the age of the 2000s where developers were not afraid of having fan service in their games and jiggle physics, and they stopped listening to Tumblrite feminists who were never playing our games to begin with. They were never the audience. They never were going to be the audience. Stop trying to cater to people who don't play your shit. Bring back the Dead or Alives, bring back the Senran Kagaras, etc., etc. Stop trying to appease.
I can't see how pathetic you are.
Stop trying to appease people who are never interested in the hobby to begin with. Trigger subdues and captures an enemy. Don't hit me. You're from the Defense Force, a soldier of the people. You can't just go dishing out vigilante justice, can you? I don't need to get my hands dirty. I just need to leave you in a place where no one can find you and remove your protective gear. It'll be the corruption here that takes your life. Fine, I'll tell you everything. You're looking for that woman, right? The one wearing a military uniform like yours with that intriguing face. The others already restrained her and they took her that way. Is that so? Thank you for your cooperation. Trigger slams the butt of her gun hard against the enemy's mask. Ugh. The fake soldier's wailing doesn't save him from being forcefully put to sleep. Sending him into peaceful oblivion was an act of mercy. By the way, nice. Oh, I just realized there is no scope on that rifle. Then again, she wouldn't need it, because if she's blind and doesn't need to see, then what good is the scope? Not to mention she's wearing a visor.
That's Soldier 11?
A very powerful visor.
Take out that sniper!
We'll reach it and won't let you take her. Supporting position. Fire support ready. You're in my sights.
Hey! Let's have some fun! Let's pick it up! Then my turn! This flame will never die!
I'll pierce right through. You're in my sights. Ether vision activate. I'll pierce right through. The melody of combat.
The flames follow my flow.
I'm pin them down. Show no mercy. Fire support ready. I'll pierce right through. Recalibrating.
Need a hand?
Supporting position. The target's exposed.
Sweet. Amidst all the etheric turbulence, Trigger catches sight of Soldier 11. However, something feels different. Soldier 11 is not acting like her usual self.
Soldier 11! No. Damn it. You should have been no match for her. What did you do?
Ah, the blind sniper. So you actually can see.
Release her, or else she'll have my bullets to answer to.
Oh, look at that. The lights on her mask even changed to emote.
Your friend is beyond help, Sniper.
Uh-oh.
There's no stopping Silver's revival.
Silver? Just as Trigger fires a shot, the enemy vanishes into a fissure with Soldier 11 in his arms. More enemies begin closing in, and by the time Trigger finishes dealing with them, the fissure is already closed.
Damn you. Silver's revival. What did he mean by that?
It's me. Sorry, could you help me replay a message to the captain when you have time? Soldier 11 and I will both be using up all of our leave starting today. Are you going to on vacation together without me? I'm already racking my brain trying to figure out what I did to upset you. You know it's not like that. I know. Soldier 11, haven't you found her yet? Yeah, please don't tell the captain about it just yet. She already got enough on her plate. Are you sure you don't need my help? I appreciate the offer, but it won't be necessary. I don't want to kick the hornet's nest. After all, Soldier 11's recent frequent redeployments are also on orders from higher-ups. Then am I the kick or the hornet's nest? I want to be the hornet's nest. That way, you'll think of me whenever you talk about hornets. Why would I ever talk about hornets? Never mind. There's something else, too. Wait, there's more? I want to know, what does Silver's revival mean? Sounds like a new Astra Yao album. You're so sleep-deprived that you've lost your sense of humor. Silver's revival or whatever. Want me to ask about it on Internet? You're the best. Call me as soon as you have something. I always miss hearing your sweet voice. Ah, stop it. Save your sweet talk for someone who actually needs it. Now, Soldier 11, I order you to go and get some... Oh, now, Soldier Trigger, I order you to go get some rest. Few days later, Trigger receives a call from her companion. According to her reply, she's already reached out to the informant through Internet. Contact information, a young woman on 6th Street holding a fried chicken burger. Young woman holding a fried chicken burger. I hope I can recognize the smell of a fried chicken burger. I believe it's chicken sandwich more than anything. Ooh la la. Big ass no, but tight, well-shapely ass, yes. Seriously, she's clearly not wearing an undershirt under... Actually, no. Maybe there is something. Maybe there's like a strapless sports bra under there. I can't tell. But knowing the devs, I would not be surprised if there was nothing under that armor, under that Kevlar plating. And also I have to ask, what in tarnation is the deal with that giant metal thing on her chest? That can't be comfortable. What even is that, and what does it do? It's not a brace for the rifle, I can tell that. If it was, it would be on, like, the right shoulder. But I have no idea what it is. It almost kind of looks like a giant zipper or something. I don't know. Huh. It's Anby, the only other person in town who's obsessed with burgers. And by the way, she's clearly wearing a thong. I don't know if I ever brought that up.
Hello.
Is it you? The one who contacted me on Internet?
Yep.
Huh?
Oh, the burger. Sorry, I was starving, so I already finished it.
She ate up her Chick-fil-A in record time.
Thanks for coming to meet me. Long story short, we need to stop Silver from coming back. By the way, what was your name again?
I could go for a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich right now, actually.
I hadn't introduced myself. I'm still unsure if I can trust you.
Oh.
Don't take it personally. I'm always cautious with people I've just met, especially someone from Internet who claims to have intel without any solid proof. But I have to admit, you do seem kind of familiar. Even though I can't see your face, you somehow remind me of a friend. A friend who's in danger.
They've taken her, haven't they?
Wait, how much do you actually know?
I'm just as clueless as you about what's happening. But you might have heard of me. I'm Anby, the former captain of Silver Company.
I knew it. Anby used to work for the same unit. Go away. Same thing, too. Is from the same unit as Soldier 11. The white hair, same face, etc. It's like, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. And not to mention, both her and 11 carry their sword in very similar manners. You know, with that backpack.
So, you're...
Yeah, that's me. I'm the one who died in Soldier 11's place. So you should get why I feel responsible for her.
Would you understand if I say I'm still not completely convinced?
No worries. I've dealt with even more skeptical people before.
So I saw the trailer, which showed Anby's backstory. Turned out she was grown as part of some kind of super soldier program, along with Soldier 11. And Anby, not wanting 11 to perish needlessly, attempted to off herself instead, and she got thrown into a ditch by by the organization which trained her, and she got found by Nicole, and Nicole formally, for all intents and purposes, adopted her and took on, Nicole's last name. So it's kind of like, it kind of reminds me, in a way, of The Force Unleashed 2. Star Wars, The Force Unleashed 2, where you had the whole clones of Starkiller, Galen Merrick being, Starkiller being the code name, Galen Merrick being his actual name, which the games never once said. And, in the first Force Unleashed, he died, but then in the second game, Darth Vader cloned him and tried to make a whole bunch of other clones of Merrick in order to make a super, mind-controlled Force Legion. It didn't work, but of course it didn't work because one of the clones, the one that you play in the second game, rebelled and broke out of the cloning facilities in Camino. And then, of course, basically goes back to the rebellion. He fights Darth Vader again, captures him, and we never see what Force Unleashed 3 would have been, because Force Unleashed 2 was a completely underdeveloped piece of crap that did not succeed. Yeah, Force Unleashed 2 is kind of one of those entries in the Star Wars expanded universe where we kind of pretend it didn't happen because it ended on a massive cliffhanger that went nowhere, on top of the fact that the story was just dumb. It felt like a game that was made out of obligation, and I was hyped for Force Unleashed 2 because the first Force Unleashed was great. It was just very rough around the edges. Very rough around the edges. And then you get the 2 where the graphics engine on that looked phenomenal. Seriously, I honestly feel like game visuals have declined since then, if we're talking about realism or anything like that. But the story was like 4 hours. I literally beat the game in an evening. I was honestly shocked and horrified and disappointed by how short it was. And, the game kind of comes and goes and blows its load immediately. And it ends on a cliffhanger for a story that never happened. And never will happen, because Disney happened. So, Force Unleashed 3, as far as I and others are concerned, is one of those things that could have, should have, would have, maybe fixed and rectified the stupidity of Force Unleashed 2. But because Disney Wars came along and destroyed the old continuity, the real continuity, that follow-up is never going to happen. And so as a result of that, being the expanded universe fan that I am, I just completely write off Force Unleashed 2 in general like I would the Infinities line of Star Wars comics and other things. Like, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. That's what it feels like the whole Soldier 11 Anby. It feels like the same general idea of clone soldiers going rogue like in that regard, similar to Force Unleashed 2. Except unlike Force Unleashed 2, I think this storyline might actually go somewhere. Okay.
Trust isn't gained on words alone. So how about we meet inside the hollow?
Ooh.
Inside the hollow.
I'm not the best with words. Showing you through my actions might be more convincing. You just need to see me in battle.
So you're that Anby. Sorry, I can't trust you yet. That it looks like I must earn your trust. Let's meet in the hollow. Once you've seen my combat skills, you'll understand what I mean. Alright, it's a deal. Let's each head back and prepare. So, is Anby gonna go in her normal form, or is she gonna change into the new outfit? I really wish there was an alternate version without the jacket, other than, of course, the Soldier Zero. And speaking of Soldier Zero, I'm going to have to wait for Anby's Zero form to come back, because I was not at all able to earn it on time. It's a shame, but it is what it is. Anby, you still haven't gone back to the Cunning Hares? If I impose too much, sorry, I'll help out around the shop. Actually, please don't. Every time you sort videotapes, 18 has to go through and relabel them. Are you and Nicole having a fight? No, I would never fight with Nicole. It's just I got caught up in a sticky situation and I don't want to drag the Cunning Hares into it. Oh, I see it. I see how it is. So dragging us into it is okay, just not them. That's not what I meant. I'll help out around the store and I'll bring you burgers too. Anby. What? You can stay here as long as you want. If you need help, we'll always be there for you. I understand, thank you. I'd like to rest for a bit now. I have an appointment later that I need to keep. Get some rest. If Nicole comes knocking, I can stall her for a bit, but I can't keep it from her forever, you know. Oh, that was not as long as I thought. Echoes of Silver. Someone is trying to revive Silver Company, and Anby decides to put a stop to it. Okay, so Silver Company was an unethical group of basically genetically crafted, artificially crafted soldiers, I think, right? More or less. Short while later. Amber, you're going out? Yeah, is there anything you'd like me to bring back? Juice, burgers, milk, burgers, or anything? Damn, she loves burgers. I might pass by the store on the way back from the hollow. By the way, what is that contraption on her back? I'm guessing it's a generator for her lightning sword, but I don't know. The 1, 2, 3s and that little orange case right there kind of throw me off. Off to the hollows again, just like that. I made an agreement with someone. Rest assured, I've already prepared the carrot. I won't need to bother you this time, Proxy. We don't need milk or burgers. We just want you to return safe and sound. Don't worry, I will. In that case, I'll be off. Seriously, is it any wonder that Anby is the face of Zenless? Her face is literally on the icon of the game on the PlayStation menu. And she's the first character to have an alternate form that also doubles as a second character in and of herself, so... How did I miss? There's Trigger. You're very punctual. Back then, I used to make soldiers who were late do push-ups. Soldier 11 is the same. As long as I've known her, she's never missed an appointment, nor has she ever been out of contact. We'll find her, Trigger. Can I call you Trigger? Please do. I don't have any nicer sounding names. This time, leave the fighting to me. All you need to do is carefully observe my movements. Don't worry, I'll cover you when I deem it necessary.
Let me take a good look at your movements.
Hee. Oh, yes.
Adjusting for wind. Can't catch me. Engaging head on. You're in my sights. Recalibrating.
Unfortunately, the enemy is too weak. I won't be able to show you my full combat abilities.
You sure? They seem pretty powerful right now. They took a chunk of my health
You don't
away.
strike me as the type of person who'd say something like that.
Well, actually, no. I stand corrected. Anby does not carry her sword on the side of her backpack like Soldier 11 does. But they both have a very similar looking blade, all the same. Never seen this one before.
I see now. There's no mistaking it. You really are that Anby. A person's fighting style is a raw response in life and death situations. It can't be easily faked like a resume or some other physical token. You and Soldier 11, the way you fight and use ether, it's nearly identical. Incredible. You're...
Clones.
We're sisters. Assuming that sisters means replicas from the same blueprint, that is.
Yup, clone soldiers. Grown in a vat and made to be tools for some wacko jacko in a lab.
So the rumors circulating in the military about Silver Company, they're really true?
How much have you heard?
Only that Silver Company no longer exists. But biologically creating soldiers in mass quantities, how could that even be possible?
From what I know, besides intelligent constructs, everyone is born biologically. Delivered by storks, so they say. So, making one isn't much different from making 100.
Was that supposed to be a joke?
Yeah, my jokes never really hit the mark. Sorry about that.
No, I'm the one who should be saying sorry. I was just astonished. I never thought the military had this level of technology. If they could mass-produce soldiers, then why would they still...
I understand. If they could use replicas as cannon fodder, then why still risk human lives? That's what you're thinking, right?
I was trying to say it in a more... diplomatic way.
It's okay. I won't take offense. Not over this. They'd probably say the reason is because replicas are simply too expensive.
Yeah, this is why I like Anby. She's chill and stoic. But she clearly does, a very unbothered personality, but very friendly. I mean, when you've been through as much shit as she has, I guess, it's like, what's the point in being bitter or anything?
While a Silver Company soldier could change the game, It costs nearly as much as training a top-tier general and paying their fees and pension for their family. The real cost isn't in creating the mind or body, but in replicating the subject's unique physical abilities, mental aptitude, and reflexes. And what's even more costly is that, for reasons that were not fully understood when the research was halted, these unique qualities couldn't be fully replicated in mass production.
So it just wasn't cost-effective compared to just doing it the old-fashioned way of actual people going through real war experiences. Not to mention Anby's personality quirks with the freaking hamburgers is just endearing to me. And movies. Same with movies.
As for the inferior ones, they were deemed as disposable.
It's like a bunch of perfectionists wasting money creating clones that they're all gonna throw away anyway. It's like, why even bother? If the old-fashioned way is the cheaper method, it's like, yeah, stick with that. No wonder they got shit canned.
Anby, that's not what I meant.
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't. But there's always someone who does mean that. There's always someone with an agenda, trying to use us. Maybe that's why Silver Company fell. I won't forgive those people. Any of them. However, the downfall itself isn't entirely a bad thing. With Silver Company gone, their evil technology was lost with it.
Yeah, how many girls like Anby, perhaps even boys, assuming there were male subjects, were, churned out, spat out, and killed off callously for nothing. It's like, yeesh.
Or so I thought, until now.
Silver's revival. So you're saying someone has resurrected that technology? Soldier 11's abduction seems linked to this. I have to admit, your theory has some merit. But as far as I know, all the data from that time was erased. Could it be the Defense Force? Hold on. Something doesn't add up.
What are you thinking about?
If they truly wanted to secretly revive this technology, they wouldn't need to take Soldier 11 at all.
Really?
I know my squad mate. All it would take is an order from up top, and she'd put herself on the operating table without a peep.
Really? So, that's how she is now.
She's the model example of a loyal soldier. Isn't that how you remember Soldier 11?
No, I never knew a Soldier 11 in the past. Only...
How could this be happening? There shouldn't be so many ethereals here.
I recognize this formation. We once used it to battle ethereals.
What?
Uh-oh.
It's another legacy of Silver Company. Back then, we had a brilliant sister who excelled in strategy over combat. Let's handle this. The person we're after must be behind it. TWCA Type 3.
Is that the name of that formation? Get behind me!
Everything. Support. Neutralize.
My bullets are one with the wind.
Time to pin them down. Supporting.
Okay, so someone's going around and making ethereals use their tactics, are they? That would, that's not good. Is my dialogue still going? Hold on a second. Yep, I'm good.
This feels familiar. I don't like it.
Ether vision activate. Not one for nostalgia? I'm starting to understand you more now.
Target confirmed. Good.
I'll pierce right through. Evasive formation. Dodge. Time to pin them down. Show no mercy.
At your command. Eliminating target.
You're in my sights.
Uh-oh. That doesn't look good.
Anby, what is that?
That's the old Silver Squad uniform.
It also looked...
Let's give chase.
It also looked like Anby wearing it. But Anby's standing right here. Unless it's a clone. More than likely a clone. Inside a lab tucked away in a building somewhere.
As expected of Captain, her skills, they're still as sharp as ever.
It is a clone, but the voice is different. Also, she looks injured. Missing eye, scarring over her right eye, plus the voice is not normal.
Truly remarkable. I feel honored just being her defect. Silver Squad can't be without its captain.
A defect?
Ouch. Give me some meds, eh?
They're all Anby. Clones of Anby, but yeah.
You're the worst of any defect. I know you can't talk, but is there something wrong with your nerves, too? Be gentle! Seriously, I have fewer and fewer parts of my original body, and yet I feel more and more pain. I'm curious why that is.
Poor
But
things.
you wouldn't understand such a complex question, would you? Because you're an idiot.
Hey, okay. Twiggy. What, because she's fragile like a twig? Maybe, because that's what it sounds like. That's not nice.
Enough. Stop making that miserable noise. Now, about our subject. She's still alive, right? There you are. So, they call you Soldier 11 now, right? What a hideous name.
Classy, thick thigh shot, by the way. Not that I'm complaining.
But looking at you now, you do have a pretty face. Pretty and pitiful. This face is the only thing we have left in common. Aside from that, I'm nothing like you. I've lost all my limbs. I'm no longer a complete member of Silver Squad.
So her legs and arms are gone, huh? Wait a minute. Those are... But she has hands right there. Unless they're like Luke Skywalker's hands, in which case they look real, but they're not.
And I need a complete body for the experiment. Which is why I need you. What? You're asking me what happened? But you should know what happened that day. It was the day you weren't there.
Uh-oh.
Captain Anby traded herself for you. Even with her incredible strength, she could only save one of us. But why did it have to be you? Why not me? Why not Twiggy? Tell me why! They were all dead. Heaps and heaps of corpses crushing me.
Sheesh.
When they found me, my limbs were severely corrupted. I couldn't move. I couldn't fight back. I used to be a soldier, ready to defend this city. But that day, I was...
robbed of purpose.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? You startled me.
So it sounds to me like Twiggy is extremely jealous being the one that was not saved. It's basically the opposite of survivor's guilt. Like, why wasn't it me? Why wasn't I the one to live and go on to still have my body? Why wasn't it me who could go on with my body intact?
Alright, fine. You're just here to remind me, right? They're here to pick up today's shipment.
Instead, she's thrown out with the rest of what has been deemed the trash.
I'll go handle it. After that, I'll come back and tell you the rest of today's story.
Meanwhile, outside the lab, Anby and Trigger press their ears against the frosty steel door, listening closely for any sounds inside.
It seems Soldier 11 is being held captive here. So what's the plan?
Bust in, save her ass, and interrogate Twiggy.
The plan?
Shh. Let's discuss it over there.
Anby, what's the current plan? It's very simple. I don't even need a map to explain it. Infiltrate the place and rescue Soldier 11. Go on, I'm listening. That's it. What's the whole plan? Yep, please provide support from the outside. Also looking for Twiggy and stomping the shit out of her and getting her to talk about why she's doing this. Well, I can suspect why she's doing this. She has the reverse form of survivor's guilt, is insanely jealous, and wants to probably take Soldier 11 apart and scramble her for parts. Salvage her for parts. This is something I have to settle alone. If anyone can do it, it's me. Is this how Silver Squad always operates? I'm the captain, so that's how it's always been done. However, back then, there was usually a backup plan. Twiggy was always in charge of the backup plans. Twiggy, if I'm not mistaken, she's the enemy we're facing now, right? I don't know why she's become like this. Her backup plans, what's her style? First, feign weakness before turning the tables with unorthodox tactics. For her, no cause is too great to regain the upper hand. That does sound like a proper backup plan, after all. It's a plan that would only be utilized when every other option has been exhausted. I'll keep in contact with you through the headset. Don't try to be a hero, Anby. If anything happens to you, you won't be able to save Soldier 11 on your own, right? I understand, and I'll be careful. I'm going to try to be supportive, but since you don't need it, never mind then. Anby sneaks into the lab through an unguarded air duct. Metal ducts are freezing cold, stinging her skin.
This place is cold.
I sense the frigid air from outside. It carries a strange scent, too.
Okay. Quite the one for theatrics.
Someone's entering. Are you hidden?
Don't worry. It's dark here, and the machines are pretty noisy. They won't detect me.
Dark? Looks pretty lit up from where you're standing.
Soldier 11, wakey wakey. That's odd. I know I've taken quite a few samples from you and injected some meds, but you'll tough it out, won't you? Won't you?
She also has her sword on her back, which means she can cleave you in two at any moment, by the way.
Do you enjoy being pampered? Because you're the youngest sister? Oh, that won't do. Get up and play with me. Good. That's my girl. Now, let's continue our story. Where was I?
By the way, I would like to have a version of 11 without the visor.
Ah, yes. About how some kind scavengers found me without limbs. Such kind-hearted folks.
Same with Trigger, come to think of it.
They sold me. And unfortunately, my ignorant new owner couldn't see any use for a limbless worm like me. So I was sold off again. I was treated like merchandise on the black market. Sold alongside gangster stuff and knotted bamboo. That's when I realized we Silver Company soldiers weren't any different from bamboo. Just made of flesh and blood. The only real distinction is we feel more pain. And that's when I met her. She bought me as a trophy girl, cut me open and operated on me, checking my internal organs by hand. Anesthesia doesn't work on us. You know that, right? So it hurt. It hurt like hell.
Yeesh. Yeah, she's broken.
Then, out of the blue, she smiled at me. Looking back now, I think she must have noticed something unusual about my body. She told me that she was once a military doctor, but was discharged, and now worked as a rogue doctor. She was familiar with everything about Silver Company, and was willing to help me.
Yeah, I think I'm beginning to see why she was discharged. She's a Mangala or Lysenko type, but a chick.
So, I underwent surgery and received mechanical prosthetics. Nothing too fancy. I don't think I'll ever use them for combat, but they serve their purpose, helping me stand and do calculations. My true value lies in my memory. You see, my brain is the only thing that has remained intact. Thus, I remember everything. I remember our home and the time spent with our sisters. I remember that as long as we fought alongside our captain, we were considered the most powerful fighting force.
So, Silver Company were all women. No dudes. That's messed up. I mean, it's still messed up, even if it is involving dudes, but you kind of expect it to be dudes, right? Because we're, technically, we're built for this kind of stuff, biologically and physiologically. Whereas women, not saying they can't fight, but they're clearly not built for the same kind of stuff, especially with all the assets attached to them. But, makes for good fan service in an action game, I guess.
I remember assisting in their research and using my own 2 hands to welcome new sisters into this world. That rogue doctor used her connections to get me some incomplete research data. Using my fragmented memories combined with that data, I was able to piece things together. And now,
I've nearly revived the technology of Silver Company. Fortunately, I've remembered. I've survived and can recall our past. And now, reforming Silver Squad is my mission. Because this is my home. Our home. So, do you like my plan, Captain Anby?
She knows.
When did you notice me?
My little puppy spotted you a while ago, and I instructed her to raise the alarm. You know, Captain, I'm actually glad you're here. I've been thinking that we need to talk.
Give her back, and then we'll talk.
If you want her, come get her yourself.
Uh-oh. Anby rushes out of the lab and reunites with Trigger.
Trigger!
Say no more. I've got it.
Copy that.
Recalibrating. Fire support ready.
Be gone!
Show no mercy. Time to pin him down.
Target confirmed. Go.
Copy. Sniper's Creed. One shot, one kill. Support in position.
Thunder!
You're in my sight.
Fracture!
That's the Captain Anby I know. Cleaning your knives with the filthy blood of this scum suits you. Don't give me that, idiot. Now you're worried about whose side I'm on? Our side, of course. I created you so you never saw Captain Anby in her prime. After everything I've been through, I thought I would have forgotten. But I still remember.
Okay, so Anby, 11, and Twiggy are members of the original Silver Squad, and A on the right is a much more recent but still defective replica soldier all the same. Okay, so she's not one of the original lineup. She's much more recently grown.
So, have you ditched the uniform, Captain?
Twiggy.
I'd keep it as pajamas if I were you. It's nice to reminisce about the days of glory and agony, isn't it?
I never knew you were still alive, Twiggy.
Yeah, I was always the worst at fighting, but I survived. It's only natural for you not to expect that, Captain.
You're not as terrible a fighter as you think. Your sharp mind makes up for it.
Yes, you said something similar before. I'll never forget that. You persuaded them to keep me, and you encouraged me to acknowledge my true value. You're right. I am valuable. I understand that all too well now. Trash may perish easily, but not me. I'm valuable. Precious even. There's always someone who sees value in me. Just like you did before. Sometimes I wonder if I were just an ordinary citizen in New Eridu and not part of Silver Squad, maybe I could have become a researcher at the White Star Institute, studying deep topics like 3 forms of etheric manifestation in specific hollows. Sure, I might be sharp, but there are different kinds of smart. Growing up in Silver Squad, I had no street smarts. Competing for profit, seeing through lies, and striving for a better life with limited resources. These I had to learn the hard way, year after year.
You've been through a lot. Is that why you're doing this now?
I don't need a reason. At least not one to convince you. The only person I've needed to convince is my backer.
You know better than anyone. Silver Company was an evil undertaking. That technology should never resurface.
Evil? Are you suggesting that you, I, and our sisters were all evil?
No, but the people who made you and the methods they utilized were evil. And then they threw you out into a ditch like trash.
We are evil incarnate.
So, we should all just be destroyed?
Not destroyed, liberated. There's a difference.
No, but we should not continue in our evil.
Exactly.
Oh, I see. That's very enlightening, Captain. We should be eating burgers, watching movies, working a job, and going on dates. Instead of being maimed, sold, tortured, and struggling to survive. You know I care for you, Captain Anby. Whatever you do, I won't hold it against you. But that doesn't mean you can stand here and say these things so lightly to my face.
You know where I am, don't you? You know where I live, what burgers I like, what movies I watch, and who I spend time with. Since you know, you're welcome to visit me anytime, Twiggy.
Yeah, she could have done that.
I'm your captain. I'll personally deliver the punishment you deserve, and then seek redemption with you together.
Captain.
We can still make things right before you make a greater mistake.
Olive branch, Twiggy. You'd be a fool to reject it.
Fortunately, I found you before things got any worse. I have so much to tell you, but maybe another time. For now, we should...
The conversation is interrupted, and Anby is stunned to see a body tossed in front of her. It's Soldier 11. She's pale, but there are still signs of life in her, and she's breathing faintly.
All right, I'm returning your favorite girl. Now we're even, Anby.
Twiggy?
I said we're even. From now on, you can stop acting like a captain and save this foolish talk.
Twiggy kicks the limp Soldier 11 on the ground, and Anby quickly lifts her up and hands her to Trigger.
Soldier 11! Wake up, Soldier 11! Anby, she doesn't look good. We need to get out of this hollow ASAP.
I see how it is. Twiggy, I'll be back. I won't just abandon you.
You sicken me. Like I said, just save the foolish talk. I can't stand to hear that kind of mush from someone who looks exactly like me.
It's not mush. And I hope you'll get used to it. Let's go, Trigger.
You know, you could bring Twiggy with you. Knock her out and drag her by the heels. Her robo heels. Twiggy stands and watches as Anby leaves.
Hey, go contact you-know-who.
Should have knocked her out and took her along.
Ugh, cut the crap! You think I don't realize I shouldn't cut the middleman and contact the client directly? But look at the mess we're in! The junk she's brought won't fix this. Our best shot is exploiting Anby's inner weakness. She's let go of her most lethal weapon, her daring and ruthless fighting style. Now she's like a hired gun with a family to feed, focused on surviving to get the paycheck. I can handle her if we exploit that. But I need to keep everything in check, or else all my efforts so far will have been...
You've been diligent, little Twiggy.
Stop calling me that.
As you know, your research is crucial. You're just like me. We're here to foster hope. Our work is the only cause worth fighting for in this world. Of course, I understand. Sometimes, when hope is scarce, certain issues can only be resolved with sheer violence. The stuff I mentioned last time is ready. Send some of your people to retrieve it. It's not exactly new Eridu tech, so use it carefully.
Anby, are you okay? It's fine. I understand if you don't feel like talking right now. How is Soldier 11's condition? The answer will only make you feel worse. She still hasn't regained consciousness. As you requested, I left her at the Random Play video store. The kind siblings working there are taking care of her as we speak. It's been so long, but the shop has barely changed. Now's not the time to be talking about that. You must be anxious to see her. Come with me. Anby follows Trigger to the video store. Anby, you're back. Looks like whatever you got mixed up in this time was pretty serious. Anything you want to know? Soldier 11, how's her condition? So, Soldier 11 is not the name she used to have, huh? So what was her original name? Stable, that's all I can say. Her body temperature, heart rate, and pulse are all remaining stable. Honestly, given her current state, that's actually quite abnormal. Moreover, she hasn't regained consciousness. Would you like to see her? Yep, snoozing on the couch like a baby. Sorry, I gotta look at the fan service for research purposes, you see. Belle's is pretty attractive too, by the way, now that I think about it. Not a fan of the whole mishmash stalking thing, but Anby approaches Soldier 11 and softly calls out a name. What is the name? Looks like it didn't work. Anby lowers her hand sadly and prepares to leave.
What is this place? And who am I?
You're awake, Harin.
Harin? So that is her name. Her real name.
Great, you're awake. I've been worried about you, Soldier 11.
Soldier 11? Is that my name? It sounds odd, and could easily get confused with another number like Soldier 161051. Only a fool would call herself that.
Uh-oh. Amnesia. Or reprogramming?
I can see you're doing much better now, but I won't let you talk about yourself like that.
Jed says hi, and is this game any fun? I personally think it is. If you like Devil May Cry with a little bit of Yakuza thrown into it, I think you'll get a kick out of it. I personally have. The only thing I wish it wasn't was a gacha game. So, it does require a little bit of patience and dedication to get through for a bunch of the other stuff it throws at you.
Her memories seem jumbled. The injuries might be more serious than they appear. When a Silver Company replica is severely wounded, their memories are often the first thing to fail.
Yeah, try it out. Recommend it. See if it works for you. Yeah, the only other gacha game I tried was First Ascendant, and that one, honestly, despite the fan service, bored the hell out of me. Whereas I've gotten way more enjoyment with Zenless Zone Zero by comparison. I haven't tried the other MiHoYo games like Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail. And there's another one that exists called Wuthering Waves, but it's made by a different company, although I think I want to give Waves my attention at some point instead over the other two. But I'm liking Zenless a lot.
Even me, all those years ago, there was a time when I couldn't remember anything.
Is that so? Then what about your combat skills? Were they affected?
Would the Defense Force abandon her if she couldn't fight anymore? Well, I know we wouldn't do that. Proxy.
Yeah, having one more mouth to feed won't hurt. It's nothing compared to our monthly electricity bill.
Plus, our little black cat needs another playmate. He's already getting bored of us.
Ah, so they do adopt Inky by this point in the story.
You know how short-handed we are, right, Charon? Oops, I mean Trigger.
Yeah, Genshin is way too big, so I ain't trying it. Star Rail is turn-based, which is not my style, so I'm skipping it too. Yeah, Zenless is much, much more tightly knit in its maps. I compare it to Yakuza for that reason. A lot more focused, smaller maps, and none of the open world stuff. So I'm interested personally in Genshin, but I don't know if I'll ever sink in time for it because of the aforementioned open world. And as for Star Rail, the characters look cool, but because it's turn-based, and turn-based RPG games are not exactly what I think when I think of gacha games. Also, 8 hours of download. Did it take me that long? Not to my memory. I don't remember it taking 8 hours. Mind you, the game has had a lot of updates since its initial debut, so maybe I'm misremembering, but I don't remember it taking 8 hours to my recollection. And so it's like a turn-based RPG. Like, that's a game that you basically is the one where you want everything to be there to unlock naturally. I don't think the gacha formula works with something like for a turn-based action game like Star Rail. In fact, I've seen Tectone making videos where he's been reporting that Star Rail's kind of hit a bit of a hurdle. It could be the internet. That's my biggest gripe with Zenless. It has the bones of a proper full release game, but because it's a gacha, you're kind of forced to be perpetually online for it, and I really, really hope that one day, maybe, and this is unlikely, but it would be awesome if it did, that once enough of the game's content has come out to the point that it's a quote-unquote complete game, maybe one day we'll get a physical version with everything. I don't know. It would be nice. I doubt it, but that's just... one can dream, right? Especially when you have gameplay that's as good as it is, characters that are cool as they are, and I like and pretty cool art style.
Charon?
Okay, let me see.
You know how short-handed we are, right, Charon? Oops, I mean Trigger.
Okay, so Charon was Trigger's original name. I want to say code name because Charon, like Charon the ferryman. Wait a minute, that just reminded me of something. Trigger's a sniper, and Charon is the being in Greek mythology who took the souls through the river, across the river Styx into the underworld. I'm just now reminded of a song from Saxon, and it's one that I personally like called Sea of Life, and the lyrics quite literally involve someone firing a bullet like a sniper, whose name is written on it. No one has a clue, and there's lyrics involving the quote-unquote ferryman taking the souls across the sea of life to the underworld. So, yeah. I wonder if there's a connection between Charon and snipers that I'm just not aware of in a broader cultural context, because that's what I'm thinking of.
There you go, trying to be funny again. Guess that's your unique charm, manager. Jokes aside, I can't vouch for the defense force, but I can promise that Obel Squad won't abandon her.
I see. Well, we know how resilient she is, so we're confident she'll bounce back.
It seems you and Soldier 11 go way back, Anby. Could you share more about her? And maybe how we can help her recover faster? We're here to help.
Okay. Clueless to the myths and stuff. Yeah, I read a lot, so I'm kind of like I'm a complete and utter bookworm and a metalhead, so it's like can't help but notice things. Okay, so Anby had a bout of amnesia previously. Okay. And hopefully Soldier 11 comes out of it. Or excuse me, Hareen, since that's her real name.
Are you sure it won't be too much trouble for you?
Don't worry. Nicole's caused a lot more trouble for us. Besides, Soldier 11 is our friend too.
I see. In that case, what she needs now is nothing too out of the ordinary. Warmth, comfort, safety, and relaxation. As well as her favorite foods. Ah, right. I should get her some burgers for an energy boost. I'll be right back. Not so fast, Anby. Burgers aren't exactly Soldier 11's favorite. Oh, they're not? What does she like then?
It seems Trigger already left to get it.
You'll probably find her near Waterfall Soup. By the way, General Chop is concerned about Soldier 11 as well. Be sure to let him know that she's improving.
Yeah, she is a noodle person, not a burger person, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, don't worry. She's in good hands with us here.
Okay, so 11, aka Hareen, is out like a light. Let's go get some ramen, or in my case, Vietnamese, because that's what I am usually into. I have yet to honestly try ramen that looked appealing to me. I need to find a way to change that at some point.
I got Soldier 11's favorite spicy noodles from that enthusiastic chef. I couldn't see if the noodles look spicy, but just the steam from the chili peppers alone is making me cry.
Hey, if the sight doesn't clue you in, then the smell and taste buds certainly will.
So, spicy noodles is her thing. I had no idea.
Yeah, it does. Zenless has a YouTube channel, and there's a whole lot of anime-style PMVs and trailers that can, and other stuff that they can fill you in with. So if you don't want to go scrolling through the wiki for hours of reading, I'd say it's a good Spark Notes visual series of summaries on how to catch up on knowing who is who, what the universe is, etc., and what's going on, in the storyline thus far.
Well, that's the Soldier 11 I know. She would come to 6th Street whenever she had free time. Maybe she feels more at home here than back in the barracks.
That and the anime visuals. Very, very clean anime visuals, I should say. Makes it even better.
She rarely talked about anything other than training, combat, and promotions. But when she did, she'd usually mention super spicy noodles, the video store owners, the arcade, and cats.
Yeah, Ju Yuan. Oh, yeah. Yi Juan. Okay, yeah, that's a new character coming out, from what I understand. Yeah, I nearly misread it, because there's another one named Ju Yuan, who's a police girl, and the name kind of is a little similar sounding, so that's kind of what had me stuttering. But yeah, the Yi is a new one coming out. And apparently, that's when Season 2 of the story starts get going, so looking forward to that. Also, I should say that the game does have a core amount of characters that are already in there, but there are ones that are more limited compared to others, and their availability for getting them, doesn't last as long. But thankfully, from what I've seen, Triple Z does revolver door them back eventually. Like, for example, there's the blondie with the flamethrowers named Bernice. She originally came out months ago, late last year, but then they brought her back very recently, and I managed to get her. So, if you missed out on a character you saw that you like, chances are they're going to come back eventually. Big armored dude and demon-looking one with a gun tail looks awesome. Yeah, the character designs, most of them for Zenless, I'd say, are pretty damn good. For all things considered, they look appealing, they're cool. Yeah, some aspects of their designs can be a little bit puzzling, but they're not all like overindulgent Rob Liefeld level stuff like Blaze Blue. Blaze Blue I liked, but oh man, the characters in that game are like if Rob Liefeld and Todd McFarlane tried to draw anime, and I can't unsee it as a result.
Did she ever talk about me?
Whereas here, it's a nice balance between stylish but not to an insanely cartoonish degree.
She rarely talked about anything other than training, combat, and promotions. But when she did, she'd usually mention super spicy noodles, the video store owners, the arcade, and cats.
Like this man called Lighter. When's 1.7 dropping? Let me see. I have not paid attention to that. Yeah, Lighter, I don't have him, but I did do the trial demo with him. I could best describe him as, 1.7 releases April 23rd, so that would be next week. Yeah, next week. Yeah, Lighter to me kind of feels like a Tekken character or a Yakuza character the most out of all of them because he's a brawler.
You might not like the answer.
Uh-oh.
Soldier 11 has never brought you up, but she seems fixated on a certain betrayal. Apparently, someone very important to her that she admired greatly vanished without a trace, leaving her to deal with that awful situation by herself. The person left without so much as an explanation. In the military, such actions are seen as desertion. And eventually, such deserters are marked as KIA by detached and indifferent officers.
Oh, okay. So, I'm willing to bet because Anby faked your death and left Silver Company that, mind you, it was to save Soldier 11 and to begin with. Soldier 11 saw that as the ultimate betrayal, and probably is the person that she was talking about and having not so fond feelings for. Would also make sense why she's never brought her up.
Does any of that ring a bell?
I have nothing to say. Even if she resents me, she has the right to do so.
That's pretty cold, even for me. May I suggest something?
What's that?
If you want to mend things with Soldier 11, don't say anything like that to her. Trust me, don't.
But that's the truth. I have no excuses for that. I lost my memory when I left the army. Once it returned, I wanted to contact Soldier 11, so I asked Nicole to check on her. Then I learned that she was doing well, that she had joined Oboe Squad, and that she's an exemplary soldier who recently got promoted. She had a new captain and new comrades, so I felt her troubled past in Silver Squad might only weigh her down. I had no reason to show up again.
You probably should have. It would have probably eased a lot of her pain.
Trigger.
What?
Tell me, if you were me, you would have made the same call, right?
Trigger's blind. Are those cybernetic eyes? I don't know about eyes. As far as I know, that is a visor that is strapped to her head. And you can see there's like a little wire cord hanging off the back of the side strap holding it in place. So she's basically like Kenshi from Mortal Kombat. You know, the blind swordsman, but just swap the sword out for a big sniper rifle and a special visor that I'm guessing heightens her senses.
If I were you... Yes, I might have.
Heck, her gun doesn't even have a scope for that very reason.
That's what I thought. So, even if she hates me, I deserve it.
And, yeah, a blind marksman, that's something I don't think I recall being a thing. I'm probably very wrong. There's probably a character out there somewhere that I either don't know about or have completely forgotten about that is of a similar character type, but it is an interesting one.
But I'm not you, Anby. That's the point.
Yeah, it's like a blindfold, but I would assume it has some kind of sensory mechanics to it.
If I were in your shoes, I would let Soldier 11 know she was never betrayed or abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, if you were me, you would have made the same call, right?
If I were you... Yes, I might have.
That's what I thought. So, even if she hates me, I deserve it.
But I'm not you, Anby. That's the point. If I were in your shoes, I would let Soldier 11 know she was never betrayed or abandoned.
Like Daredevil, he chose to use close combat because he's dangerous with guns. Like Daredevil, yeah, the whole heightened senses but can't see. Although, yeah, it's like, nah, I wouldn't say, to my recollection, Daredevil doesn't use guns because he's deadly with them. It's more of a principle thing, because he doesn't, if he can't avoid it, he does not want to actually kill people. So he's kind of like Batman in that regard, I guess you could say. Well, Batman if he had a lawyer's degree. But as for the guns, well, that's as far as I I would imagine he probably could get away with using guns. I'm just not familiar if there's of any particular point where it may have actually happened. I know Batman used to use guns way back in the original comics when he was a complete knockoff of the Shadow.
I'd let her know that her comrades would search to the ends of the earth for her, and that they'd never forget her.
Trigger, you're really amazing.
That's all you have to say?
Yeah, I'm really impressed. It must be nice to have you as a comrade.
I'm not so sure about that. But we have more pressing matters to discuss now. What are you planning to do next?
I'm heading back into the Hollow to put an end to everything with Twiggy. That evil tech must never resurface again. But before that, I want to apologize to Soldier 11.
Apologize? But given the current state of her memory, she might not remember it afterward.
You read Daredevil, and Daredevil did in fact use a gun against the Punisher, and Daredevil won. Ah, okay.
That's the idea.
Good to know.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's the best choice for my cowardly side.
Seems like it's really weighing on your mind. All right, if there's anything I can do, just say the word.
In that case, I need you to prove something to me.
Prove something? Like what?
Prove that you can take good care of Soldier 11. That's the only way I can hand her over to her new comrades without worrying.
Alleviating all your worries might not be a good thing either, but I understand. I'll prove that I can take care of her. Now then, let's head back. After all, we don't want to show up with a bowl of soggy noodles for our patient.
No, you do not. Soggy noodles is not good noodles. That's why I don't do takeout when it comes to Vietnamese. It's not good after. It's best eaten fresh from the kitchen, not when it's lost its luster and then once you reheat it, it's even worse. Looks like I've been causing quite a lot of problems for you. That's right, so we're billing it all on the Cutting Hair's account. Oh, no. Oh. As of right now, I'm not Anby of the Cutting Hairs. But you walk, talk, and look like Anby of the Cutting Hairs, so you must be Anby of Cutting Hairs. Whoa, how can we possibly keep teasing you when you're making a face like that? Oh, you two devils, you. Jeez, look at you. You're absolutely exhausted. What you need most right now is sleep. How about it? Want to sleep on my bed? It's really soft, you know. It is objectively very soft. Anby, I also think it's best if you go get some rest now. Tomorrow. Worry about tomorrow's problems tomorrow. That's what we do when we receive an enormous electric bill anyway. Right, because they have that fairy AI whose processing power is so high that it drains their electric bill into complete high heaven. Or maybe we're not ready to sleep just yet. If you'd rather watch a movie to relax, I don't mind keeping you company. Any new arrivals worth watching recently? I didn't think you'd actually be up for it. Still, I'm just glad to have you have the energy. After all, I won't be able to finish what's coming next if I don't pull myself together. Oh, what is it? Is it a fight? Pretty much. It's a date. A date? Good night. Not that kind of date. More like a date with destiny more than anything. Yeah, it is available on mobile, but I prefer the PlayStation. I prefer it as in a tangible, old-fashioned video game controller form. You know, on the PS5 with a control pad, not some little touchscreen device. Call me old-fashioned. Okay, Fate's Call. And that'll be it for the special Anby chapter. And then I'll have Trigger's chapter after that. I didn't see Soldier 11 or Trigger in the store. Do you know where they went? Though they didn't tell me where they were headed. They're probably out on a date together, right? A date? Why didn't they take me along with them? Why should they have to bring you along? Based on my experience, the optimum number of people for a date is no more than 2. Trigger wants to prove to me that she can take care of Soldier 11. If I'm not present, how can she prove it to me? Maybe she just wants to go on a normal date and cheer Soldier 11 up. Not to mention, 11 really is one tough cookie. Didn't she get seriously injured? Is it really okay for her to be running around outside like this? Being able to use all their energy to prioritize stabilizing vital signs, retaining maximum combat effectiveness. That is the most basic requirement of a qualified Silver Company soldier. Anby. What? You do know that someday you'll have to tell us the whole story, right? Whether you want to involve us or not, Belle and I are a part of this and we have a right to know. Can I refuse? I know that once I tell you the whole truth, you two definitely won't leave me alone. Just like a blockbuster movie, no matter how complete the original story is, they'll always find a way to make a terrible sequel. Or a dogshit reboot in place of a sequel. Like the god-awful DMC anime that came out on Netflix. Or the terrible Halo show before that one. And if we're going by terrible sequels, well, yeah, there's Disney Star Wars. Which... yeah, give me the expanded universe all day. I ignore the Rat reboot any day. I just don't want to see that sequel. And then there's 343 with the Halo games, past 3 and Reach, and oh boy, it got so much worse after 4. There was a shred of an idea for 4, and then they just could not make up their mind as to what they wanted to do with it after that. And then there's Dragon Age The Fail Guard. Talk about doing constant half reboots. That's basically all the Dragon Age games at this point. And honestly, I could not care less about them anymore after Origins. Anyway, now that's a hard metaphor to follow, but there are some really good sequels out there too. Like Return of Godzilla. The entire Lord of the Rings trilogy, if we're being honest. What else? Oh yeah, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. The real canon Star Wars sequels in the expanded universe. I could go on. I mean, half the Godzilla movies I'd say are good sequels, but yeah, there's also ones that are not great. Yeah, and sometimes the second film is terrible, but the third one turns out to be surprisingly great. The comeback kid film, as it were. We won't force you. We just hope you know that you've never done. We just hope you know that you're never done. Yeah. Also, to go on with the Star Wars comparison, Phantom Menace. Not a great film, but I still kind of like and appreciate it. Attack of the Clones is way too drawn out and modeling. And then they finished off the prequels with number 3, Revenge of the Sith, and yeah, there's a reason that one's considered the best of the prequels. I'm gonna download it on both PC and mobile and see which is faster at downloading it. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I've seen a lot of crap. Seems you've seen a lot of crap movies. Yeah, enough. And whenever I've seen enough good games and good movies and bad ones interchangeably. Oh, heck, I just mentioned Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry 1, the first game, very good. Second game, not good, but it kinda did contribute in a lot of ways to the series after that. And then you had 3, which was technically a prequel to 1, but was such a good game that it's like, yeah, that is the Comeback Kid title of that series. That and I also like to go to Jeremy Johns and Critical Drinker for their movie review. So if something comes out where I either am not sure about and would like a second opinion, I go to them. Or I just want to hear them roast a bad movie and laugh from the comedy they do. That's basically it. Wise is right, because besides, isn't this exactly what friends are for? I remember the first time I met you, Anby, and you were even more naive back then than you are now, but even then I already had a feeling that we would become partners with a bond of trust and share moments that could never be replaced together. Yes, thanks for the reminder. Compared to who I was back then, I should have made some progress by now. Please help me contact Nicole and everyone at the Cunning Hairs, you two. Kind of surprising, mobile downloaded faster. Yeah, probably because of Wi-Fi, I'm guessing. Whereas the PlayStation 5 requires an established connection, like the one I have on a router or something. Whereas on a mobile phone device, it's like you could be literally anywhere and it wouldn't matter. Whoa, is your Runaway saga finally over? I have something I want to say to them before it all ends. Belle. Hee 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 hee. Boom, called it, Wise. Told you Anby could contact the Cunning Hairs today. Come on, time to cough up my 5,000 Denny's. You actually got it right, Belle. And there I was, thinking it was premature to just go ahead and contact Nicole and the others like that. So you two already contacted everyone at the Cunning Hairs before I asked? Nope, that was all Belle. Nicole, Billy, and Nekomata should arrive at 6th Street by now. Belle and I still have to open up the shop. Do you mind if we don't go looking for them with you? I will get lost. Thank you so much, really. I'm truly grateful. Mobile controller is compatible. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I heard there was like a mobile... there was a specialized video game pad for mobile devices. I personally never looked much into it because I'm a stickler for regular, traditional gaming appliances. But that's nice that that exists.
Nicole?
Well, look who decided to come back.
I'm sorry for leaving without saying anything. You can punish me however you see fit, Nicole.
What's the use in punishing you? If anything, I'd prefer some compensation. So, how do you plan to make it up to me? I'm waiting.
I'll give up my favorite burger. From now on, I'll eat noodles every day.
PS4 controller looks to be working just fine. Yep, that's... Okay, that's cool.
Hey, that's more like compensating General Chop than me.
That won't cut it, huh? Then I won't try to squeeze in between you and Nekomata when we watch movies.
Come on. Nekomata's usually the one who's squeezing in between you and me. Show me some sincerity here.
I see. Okay. I'll forfeit my paychecks from now on.
Oh?
Yes, and I'll persuade Billy to give up his pay too. Is that good enough for you?
Wait a sec. Are you trying to tarnish our reputation as an honest business? Forget it. You owe me big. I'll tell you what I need from you later.
Nicole.
Fine. Forget it. Just spare me that pitiful look. Listen, Anby. It doesn't matter who you were or what mess you've gotten into. The cunning hairs doesn't need to be a burden to you. We don't need you to shield us, and we won't intrude when you need space. You're not the only one here with a troubled past. I just wish you'd trust me more. Otherwise, I feel like I'm a total failure.
Sorry. I won't try to justify what I did. I shouldn't have run off on my own. Once this is over, I'll answer all your questions. No more hiding anything.
That's my good girl. You're a terrible liar, you know.
I know. By the way, I have a favor to ask you.
Combat is fun, not gonna lie. Yeah, I know, right? It's not exactly as deep as Devil May Cry or Ninja Gaiden, but what helps it along is that every character mostly plays differently with their own style and quirks. So one character that will play one way, then you switch to another one, and then they play differently on their end with their own unique weaponry and abilities. Plus, I like the whole counter with the whole switching characters. It's a nice little gimmick that it has.
Oh, you finally need me?
Yeah. There's a woman who looks like me. She wears a Defense Force uniform and goggles. I think she should be pretty easy to spot. Can you help me locate her?
Piece of cake. On average, finding a cat takes us 3 hours, 14 minutes, and 8 seconds. Finding a person is way easier. I'll contact some of my sources. I'll let you know as soon as I get any information.
Billy feels kind of weird for some reason. Yeah, it's because he's a ranged character with guns, so yeah. So he does feel different considerably from everyone else because of that. But you kind of get used to it after a while. Anby, it's so good to finally see you. I was this close to mentally preparing myself to lose you. This close! I apologize for leaving without saying goodbye. I'm truly sorry. I won't let you lose me. Well, I'll do my best. Now, how have you been lately? Nicole's been ranting about you every day, actually. She's known that you've been crashing with the proxies this whole time. She just thought that busting in to take you away would defeat the purpose, so when you took the initiative to contact her, no matter how angry she seemed, deep down she was probably really relieved. As for Nekomata, and don't be startled, she's been genuinely really worried about you. Nekomata was worried about me. You may not have been able to see it, but our little Neko has been quite restless indeed. Even though we knew the proxies were taking care of you, we also knew you seemed to be mixed up in something heavy, and she understands better than almost anyone just how wrong the idea of just solving the problem with your own strength is. Just yesterday, Nekomata was muttering to herself, if only I had paid more attention to her. She cares about me? Yeah, she even has a gift for you. She said that she wants to give it to you once she sees you again. She has a gift for me? You look pretty shocked, to be honest. So am I. Really, I can't help but marvel at how amazing the friendships between girls can be. Maybe I should watch a few more flicks about girl bands or something like that. Oh, right. When you see Nekomata, make sure you don't tell her I said any of that. Otherwise, she'll definitely scratch up my paint job with her claws. Just like a ball of steel wool on a nonstick pan. Anby, promise me. Please say that you promise me. Skipping the story part. I'll just watch those YouTube clips. You can, I guess. I mean, technically they save a lot of the story parts also in the video shop. Me personally, I didn't do it because the story was part of the reason why I got into it.
Is there...
Anby! It's you!
Yeah, it's me. A reliable source mentioned that you've been worried about me lately.
Nonsense! Where did you hear something like that?
Got Nekomata from a standard pull. Huh. I wonder how that happened. Lucky. Yeah, I haven't gotten Nekomata yet, and she's an S-rank character, right? So, I guess you got, luck of the draw there.
Darn it, that Billy. I'll scratch all this paint off like scrubbing a nonstick pan with steel wool. I swear on my favorite mackerel that I will.
You even mentioned that part.
I'm touched. Thank you, Nekomata.
Don't be. And no thanking me.
I heard you even prepared a gift for me.
A gift? Well, yeah, I did. But it's not like I made it just for you or anything. Here you go.
Aw, an Anby doll. That's adorable. It even has the little braid on the right side. A doll meticulously crafted by Nekomata, looking somewhat similar to Anby. Why is it top-heavy? It's because of the head. The head is big. Also, oh yeah, the eye is blacked out because of the bangs. To simulate how someone often dives headfirst into the hollow. Meow. Also that reason. That's adorable.
Oh, a doll. Is it supposed to be me? With this rough stitching, I'm guessing you sewed it yourself? This is too much, Nekomata. I can't accept this.
Nah, stop being dramatic. I got a doll making kit and was gonna make one that looks like Nicole. But it turned out super ugly, with a big head and tiny little body. It didn't look anything like Nicole. So I altered it a bit and, wow, it somehow looked just like our Anby.
But I don't look like this.
No, it's exactly like you. It's like your little twin. Go on, take it. Keep it with you all the time, and don't let it out of your sight.
Okay, after seeing that, I'll stop skipping the story. Yeah, I mean, there is a playback feature in the video store, but I personally don't recommend skipping it, especially if you... because it is a very story-centric game. It's not like First Descendant, where you're just there to shoot shit and get it over with. Not to mention, the story and characters in First Descendant were kind of boring. Yeah, I could not get into that one with its characters and story. It was just too dull. Where Zenless actually put in the work, in my opinion. So, and being that it's all a first time playthrough of everything for me, I do not want to skip anything, but that's just me.
You want me to carry it and never let it out of my sight? Oh wait, you didn't stash some sort of contraband inside it, did you? Are you trying to get PubSec to arrest me?
Just because I'm a street cat doesn't mean you should be prejudiced like that. There's no contraband in the doll. I swear on Nicole's lap.
All right.
I hope it's a comfortable. I hope it's a comfortable lap.
Let me do something for you in return. How about some mackerel noodles?
Oh, Lady Nekomata appreciates your rare treat. But not now.
Not now? But the noodle shop is close by.
Once things settle and you're safe, you can treat me to those mackerel noodles.
The doll somehow feels heavier in Anby's hands. Anby lowers her head as Nekomata grins. Aww. She's getting emotional. Anby had just received some information. The person you're looking for is at Lumina Square. There was another woman beside her, and the two were walking toward the riverside. I see, Nicole. Thank you. quick. Tell me I'm the best. Nicole, you're the best. Good girl. Now go have fun, and remember to come home afterward. Alright, I'm going to Lumina Square. Okay, they got a cat there, a bird there.
So, here you are.
Sorry, Anby. I snuck out with her.
Are you feeling okay?
Are you speaking to me? You seem familiar. Like I've seen you somewhere before, but I can't quite remember.
I'm Anby. Does that name ring a bell?
No. I don't recall anyone named Anby. Sorry. Maybe we knew each other, but this person named Trigger told me that my memory's off right now. I'll get better. And maybe then I'll remember something about you.
I see. Where did you and Trigger go today?
We tried some food called noodles. They were this amazing, fiery red color. It was delicious. Then we pet some creatures called cats. They were different than I expected. Surprisingly soft.
Okay, by the way, I chose Wise as my dude. He looks nice and simple. Yeah, Wise is who I went with. Also. And, kind of made sense too, considering the fact that most of the agents are chicks. So it kind of fits in that regard, especially if you go online, you see a whole bunch of shorts and you notice, and you'll see how the chemistry is. Belle was kind of my first choice, but upon reflection, I was like, nah, I'll go with Wise. He just seems like the natural choice. But from what I've seen, cutscenes do play out differently depending on who you choose. Well, I say that. They're technically all go the same, but how the characters kind of look and act are a little different pertaining to their personalities. So it's same thing, just slight differences.
We went to an arcade, did some shopping, drank some tea milk, and even opened surprise boxes. Then, we went to a dim, noisy place and watched a movie. I think that's what they called it. We tried some food called noodles. They were this amazing, fiery red color. It was delicious. Then we pet some creatures called cats. They were different than I expected, surprisingly soft. During the movie, someone took advantage of the dark environment to attempt a theft. Fortunately, I still remembered some basic combat skills, so I managed to subdue the thief and turn them over to public security. The public security office isn't far from here. After we wrapped up there, Trigger suggested we watch the sunset by the river.
You sure know how to plan a date, Trigger.
The video store manager taught me all this. I'm just a good student. Anyway, I think I did a good job. Right, Soldier 11?
Yes. I had a great time. Still, I can tell my body isn't really used to relaxing. I can always feel an urge to do some push-ups or some other exercise.
That's our model soldier for you. So, Anby, can you relax now? Soldier 11 is important to me. I don't ever want to lose another squad mate. so I promised to look after her. You can focus on the matters at hand now. Once everything's settled, if you choose to face her, I'll be there to vouch for everything you've done for her. And if you prefer to stay out of it, no pressure. I understand the weight of your history with Silver Company. It's like a heavy chain around you both.
I'll break that chain.
I have faith in you.
Thanks, Trigger. In that case, please keep this for me while I'm away.
What's this? A doll. It looks a little familiar.
It's very cute.
Soldier 11 looks confused but still takes the doll and tugs it tightly. So tight that it almost bursts. She gave her the Anby doll that Neko made for her.
Keep it safe until I come back. Right now, it's my most cherished possession.
Don't worry. If it means that much to you, we'll be sure to keep it safe.
Thanks.
It gets chilly by the river at night. Let's head back to the video store and get something warm to wear.
What are the chances of getting an S rank in the limited banner? Got Trigger on my first pull. Is she any good? I want to say yes. Yeah. Yeah, the gotcha gods have been kind to you, it seems. Yeah. I wasn't as lucky on my initial pulls, but I did get a lot of A rank characters. Kaleda, I think, was the one I ended up with getting the earliest. The fiery little red hair with the redhead with the hammers. Yeah, she is similar to Billy, being a ranged gun character, but of course with a sniper rifle. And she has a nice super attack where she kind of like dashes forward, and once it's charged, and you switch out with another character, she can come in and make an assist attack while you're fighting as another character. So I wouldn't say she's the most powerful when it comes to regular combat, but as an assist, she's definitely helpful. And then once you get her meter charged up and you go for the special attack, it's good. And then, of course, you have the ultra special attack with the glowing orange button. When that goes up, line the targets up, and bam, you can basically just annihilate a whole bunch of mooks right then and there. I do warn you, however, it can be a bit of a time sink leveling characters up due to resources involved and how long you're able to go into the HIA arcade area to get the stuff to level them up. So definitely sink time to do that. And also, you're going to occasionally be given quests called Path of the Proxy, which are the ones that are responsible for how you level up after a certain point, at least for the characters anyway. So say you want to get a character to level 40, but you can't because you've been kneecapped to being at level 30 or 35, and you need to wait until a certain quest comes available. And typically, that's the Path of the Proxy quests. And I heavily advise you hold off on doing those until you can't hold off anymore. Until the quests start to really start showing a leap in the difficulty, which it of course will show with the numbers when you go to pick a mission. So level up the characters as high as you can as possible, grind for resources as much as possible, and then just do as much as you can when you can, and then once you feel you're good and ready, do that so-and-so proxy mission to, raise the level cap. Because if you do what I did and unknowingly did one of them too early, you may get fucked over with harder difficulty than you bargained for. So it's kind of one of those, wait a while to do that and do everything else first until you know you can't do it as you are anymore, if that makes any sense. Yeah, another user named Smiley appraised me of that, and it made a lot of sense as to why I was having as much difficulty as I was, because I ended up doing one of those quests far earlier than I should have, and it just caused so many headaches. Yeah, Trigger is, I would say, more of a support character in that regard, but she's a very useful support character. There's other ones very similar to her, like Pulchra, who feels more like a cross between Trigger and Billy. Billy, in terms of being a fast hitting character, but can also hit hard from a distance when her meter's charged up, and she has that a super assist move that I mentioned also. So you have Billy on one end, you have Trigger on the other, and then you have Pulchra, who's smack dab in the middle. There is another character who's a ranged character with a bow and arrow, whose name I can never remember. And I got him, funny enough, for free, not from polls, but from just a random little promo banner they had up. Why they did that, and if they will do that with other characters, I have no idea. But he's useful too. He's basically like more maxed out. I think his name was Asaba or something. Time to head back now. Be sure not to catch a cold. Yeah, let's head back to 6th Street. Big farewell to the Proxy siblings. You're finally back, Anby. Looks like you all had a great time. Have you had dinner yet? If not, I still have some leftover carrot chips here. You can have as many as you want. I already ate. I had 2 hamburgers. Really? Won't eating 2 burgers before bed make you gain weight? No, I'll burn it all off overnight. If you want to drag someone to join you for a night run, take Wise. He'll probably be psyched for it. Playing on a little handheld, eh? Looks like a PS Vita, funny enough. That's what it looks like. Anby, you're back. Trigger and Soldier 11 are getting ready to call it a night. If there's nothing else you need to do, you should probably turn it in early today. Okay, thank you, Wise. Thank you and Belle for all you've done for the Cunning Hares and me. I actually have a place I can stay other than the Cunning Hares. This is a miracle that the Anby of the past would never have dared to imagine. Anby, what prompted you to say all this? Did you watch some kind of weird movie today? I just suddenly felt like saying it. Sounds fishy to me. Not at all. Good night, Wise.
I remember you from earlier today. Anby to Zinnia.
The W engine is basically, it's basically like a booster. Gives you increased stats for the characters, like more health, more attack power, other bonuses here or there, and it basically, and which one you pick depends on what character they're based on. So if you have one with a little hammer, if you have a character with the hammer, like Anby, who's a stun user, and you go and look at the engine list, and you'll notice that they have what their attributes are, like stun, attack, support. You want to match that one up with the character proper. And you can level them up. You can even recycle old ones you don't want it, you're never going to use, or you can just go and upgrade them by fusing them together, or at least the compatible ones anyway. You can. There are engines that are super specific to characters. I know, to my recollection, they give you one for Anby very early in the game as a demonstration. And you don't necessarily have to get the ones that are super specific to characters. Like, for example, there was one character named Evelyn who I got a while ago. She had an engine specific to her, but I never got around to getting it. Unfortunately, I have to wait for that to come back. But so long as you pick one that's of the appropriate attribute type, you should be good. Plus, you can level them up. And if you ever find another one that's of a similar type but is compatible, you can always swap them out. And then, of course, you have the surrounding slots, which are all these PV discs. Like records, those are kind of like extra accessories to further increase stat boosts.
It's Anby. Just Anby.
Sorry. It seems my memory still hasn't recovered yet. It's frustrating not knowing what I've forgotten.
I can help with that.
You can help?
I can tell you what you've forgotten, Harin.
Harin. Is that my name?
It was your name before you were Soldier 11. The name I knew you by. Back then, we used to find nice-sounding words to call each other. The higher-ups were aware, but didn't intervene.
No, the one good thing they actually did for them.
I don't like that name. It sounds too weak for me.
Aww.
Yes. You've said the same thing before.
So what exactly is this Silver Squad? And who decides who's qualified or not? There's a lot I don't understand. If it's connected to my past, then please tell me everything.
Well, for one, it's not whether or not you're qualified, it's that you're born in a vat and then some jackass lab coat determines whether or not you can cut the mustard or not. And if you don't, well, let's just say it's not exactly kind.
Sure, I'll explain it all. Just allow me to do one thing.
Huh. One thing?
Allow me to apologize to you.
I pressed the button too early.
Huh. One thing? What's that?
Allow me to apologize to you.
See ya, and thanks for the game info. Yeah, you're welcome, Jed. Hope you enjoy it. And yeah, definitely don't hesitate to go looking up tips on the game if you're ever confused about anything, especially with the time and resources managing involved. Thankfully, Triple Z does a good job at drip feeding you what you need to know without leaving you terribly in the dirt, but it doesn't spam too much at you either at the same time. It mostly gets straight to the point, which is a problem I had with First Descendant, where it would just tell you the same thing over and over again. It's like, yes, thank you for telling me about this thing that I'm never going to use for like 20 minutes. Whereas here, it gets more to the point. But yeah, go enjoy. Anby recounts everything about Silver Squad from its creation to its downfall.
There were many things I didn't understand then, and still don't understand even now. All I know is that we were used as pawns in a power struggle within the army. And in the end, they chose to keep only one replica.
Yeah, Harin, because Anby didn't want her to die.
And that was you, Anna? As you said, you were considered the top performer.
I'm not Anna. That's someone else. But yes, I was selected. They devised an operation, a suicide mission. No one was expected to return alive. My name wasn't on the list for deployment, but the night before, you went too hard in training and got injured. So I took your place.
Did you survive the mission?
Well, obviously.
Take a guess. I saw my squad mates buried in the rubble. The memories are all a little foggy, even to this day. I'm not sure how I survived, or how I was able to stand before the senior officers.
How could they issue such a ruthless order? Sending their own soldiers to die? We're living, breathing human beings.
That's the point, Harin. Are we humans? I assume you can also issue combat orders now. When you send a squad of explosive Bangbu into the enemy base, do you consider their well-being?
But Bangbu aren't humans. I don't have to consider that.
That's what they said too. Replicas aren't humans. So, they ordered Silver Squad to their deaths. But since you are still a survivor, they ordered me to execute you.
Did you go through with it?
What do you think?
It appears you didn't. But if it were me...
Would you have followed their orders?
No. I would have executed the officers who issued that suicide mission. So what did you do?
I fled. I offered to exchange my life for yours. And then fled. I didn't trust them. So disappearing seemed like the only feasible option. I knew that once I was gone, they wouldn't harm you, because you were their only asset. Seems like I made the right call. At least I got to see you again. I've had a good life, but it took me a long time to figure out who to hate. If I were to hate everyone who hurt us, that would be too much. I couldn't live carrying so much hatred. It's impossible. And Nicole told me that I shouldn't hate myself. So, eventually, I realized that all the suffering stemmed from the Silver Company tech, and the fact that we replicas were not seen as humans. According to a movie Wise loaned me from the store, this is referred to as an ethical dilemma. Life shouldn't be engineered. Only then did it dawn on me that many people were already aware of this issue. There are a lot of smart people out there. So, I'm sorry, Harin.
Why apologize? According to everything you just told me, you didn't do anything wrong. I'm crying. Why am I crying?
It's all my fault. I was the captain of our squad and responsible for everyone, but I let you all down. I wasn't wise or strong enough, and I was a coward. If I weren't a coward, I wouldn't have waited until this moment to apologize. I'm only willing to share this now because I know you'll forget everything soon.
Forget everything? But that's impossible. Why?
Silver Squad soldiers who are critically injured have their recent memories wiped within 24 hours. Yours is about to reset. I can't keep avoiding this, Harin. I have to face our old squad mate. I don't know what other cards she has up her sleeves, and I can't guarantee anything. I can only try my best. I might survive, but if the worst comes to pass, I don't want you to bear the weight of my death. So, just forget this conversation, and have a good night's sleep.
No, Anby. You're being selfish. I don't accept your apology. I don't.
It's almost midnight.
Anby.
Anby closes her eyes and her forehead touches Soldier 11's. Soldier 11's fingers tighten their grip on Anby, digging into her skin. Suddenly, 11's grip loosens, her expression turns blank.
What is this place? What am I doing here? Who am I?
Your name is Soldier 11. Good night.
Well, that sucks. Her memory gets wiped anyway. Well, I hope she remembers.
Sorry. I must have been talking too loud just now and woke you up.
Anby, what are you planning to do?
What do you mean? Come on, don't hold out on us. Are you sneaking out on some super dangerous business? There's actually something I need to take care of. No need to worry about me. I'll be fine.
Don't try playing cute with us. Didn't I tell you before? We have a right to know about whatever it is you're involved with this time.
Plus, Anby, if you've really been working on yourself like you said, then you should learn how to ask for help. This thing you're facing, you might not be able to handle it yourself, right? Even if that were the case, it's still my responsibility, and mine alone. At least, that's what I planned on saying.
Oh?
But the lone wolf in the movies never gets a happy ending. And even if they win, they'll end up losing their home, their pet cat, their daughter, or their lover. I don't want to lose anything, or anyone important to me, Proxy. So, please, help me. Take me back in that hollow, and help me smash up that weird lab, so I can get some closure with my former family. Wise and I have been waiting for you to say that.
Is that your strategy then? Getting us to help you out for free?
You don't have to do it for free. Just tack it onto the Cunning Hair's tab. I'll be back to settle the bill once this is all over. But right now, I've got someplace to be. Don't go running off into any hollows alone, you hear? I won't. Don't worry. I want you to be the first one, Proxy. The first to witness my resolve.
Anby, are you about to head out? Yup. I should still have one more meal attached to my to the system, so I should be fine. In the Cunning Hair's temporary base.
Long time no see. Replica number 0.
Ooh, she's putting on her old uniform.
Silver Squad. Captain. I thought I'd never see you again.
Damn, she looks good. Oh, I really wish I'd gotten Silver Anby on time. Ugh. But no, I couldn't get her fast enough, and they only gave us 15 days to get her, so I'm gonna have to wait for her to come back in order to try and get her again, which sucks. Really sucks.
Anby, you look like a character straight out of a movie right now.
I never thought I'd be back in this uniform.
Yeah, she looks good in that.
A cool character or a cute one?
That's a tough question.
I'd say both. Honestly, you could put this into Stellar Blade, and it wouldn't look out of place. I also hope that Stellar Blade not only has more outfits like this, but gets more weapon types too. Not just the one singular longsword. Give her double blades. Give her a bow staff sword like Darth Maul. The great swords even. Go big.
Your fighting style seems to have changed.
Old memories are coming back with this uniform.
You look so intimidating like this. The new you is so reliable, Anby.
The past me was reliable too.
That's true.
I can go over there.
The enemy's tough. Be careful.
Orders received.
You don't need to be so formal.
Oh, right, I can't.
I never expected to one day be the one guiding you, Proxy. Oh.
Okay, I don't have any other characters, and Eos cannot switch like other Bang Boo, so I can't do counters. I have to just dodge. No wonder I'm not able to get out of the way of anything.
I'm heartbroken, Anby. Here I was thinking this was a family matter between sisters. But you've gone and brought in outside help.
You're no match for me, whether I bring help or not. Twiggy, Silver Squad is gone. You will never be able to rebuild it. We both know how difficult it is to create a Silver Soldier capable of engaging in combat operations.
What if I didn't need to?
Didn't need to. What?
There's one thing you're wrong about. I've already done it. I've achieved the conditions for rebuilding my very own Silver Squad.
Uh-oh, what did you do? That's a lot of them.
This is so weird. These Ambys... No, these people. None of them seem to have any fighting abilities.
Damn, I really need to get Silver Anby when she comes back again, because the drip.
Weird. These people don't look like soldiers to me.
Twiggy, what have you done?
What do you think I've done? I've done something that can stop my organs from being harvested. That can put me in touch with the big shots at Tops. That can help fund my research.
Suddenly, there in the frigid lab, you catch a glimpse of something emerging from the recesses of your memory.
No, that's impossible. You're harvesting and selling their organs. You created all these sisters of ours just to harvest them like animals?
I just used them to exchange for a few necessary resources to reform Silver Squad. I needed a family, really. That's all. You said it yourself. These sisters of ours, right? We are sisters, and we are family. So if we're family, why don't you feel the same pain as me? It's a real shame, you know. Neither Hari nor I were perfect enough. No matter how hard I try, all I can make are defects. Good for nothing but a supply of organs. But it's not like there hasn't been any progress. I haven't even told anyone about this yet. But just earlier, I managed to make some improvements to the technology which will stabilize control of the cloning process. Once that's in place, the cost of producing a competent soldier will be at an all-time low. We'll have achieved just what the initial project report said. The magic of producing an army out of sugar and air. Anby. Captain Anby. As things stand, there's still a chance for us to work together. You are the final piece of the puzzle. We can produce a steady supply of true soldiers, so long as you cooperate. We'll keep everything under wraps until we build a huge army of our own. Just think what such an army could do. Nobody would ever dare humiliate us again. Our Silver Squad could crush New Eridu to smithereens. And you would be its commander. Me? I'm fine with whatever. Put me to death if you like. I deserve it for killing all those sisters of ours. Whatever you want. Captain, do you want to come home?
This is not my home. I feel disgusted. I'm sorry, Twiggy. But now I wish you had died back in the Hollow.
Damn.
I know. I feel the same way about myself. Disgusted. Get out of here!
A vial of medicine appears in Twiggy's hand and she injects half the liquid into her arm. Girl A suddenly snatches the needle away and injects the remaining liquid into her own arm.
What are you doing, idiot? You absolute idiot! Are you insane? You're just a defect. Your body won't be able to handle it. You'll make everyone...
What the hell?
I want to protect you. Protect all of you. Thank you for letting me be born. I will never let you be lonely.
A strange scene transpires. The helpless replicas are torn apart and absorbed by two massive monstrous shadows. Moments later, a familiar figure reappears before these terrifying enemies. So wait, oh boy.
You, why did you come?
I haven't forgotten the art of combat.
She remembered.
Silver Company
formation. TWAN, Anti-Ethereal Mark II.
So
Hurt
Twiggy,
you. Feels really familiar.
I never expected to be able to face you like this. Visions. Off balance. Stay safe.
Fire's ready.
Show no mercy, even if our opponent is Twiggy. I won't back down.
That's my line.
I shouldn't miss this feeling. Dog.
At least, you shouldn't miss it too often.
Don't push yourself. Understood?
Affirmative. Why did I subconsciously...
Off balance. Watch out. Soldier 11. Soldier 11.
Target acquired.
The final blow.
I won't let you have it.
Did I fail the combat test again? They told you I'm not good at fighting. But as long as Captain's here, I'll be okay. Right?
that was tough. So Twiggy took an ethereal formula which turned her and merged her with the other clones and the other one who couldn't talk went and joined her with her, and both turned into some kind of artificial ethereals. Sheesh.
You. What are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be with Trigger?
Trigger was the one who covered for me, so I could come here. She's probably still dealing with the enemies that we met on the way here.
So 11 does in fact remember everything.
You shouldn't be here. You weren't supposed to remember anything.
Anby. Turns out you're not a traitor at all. You're a coward. I'd still be completely in the dark if it weren't for that funny-looking doll.
Huh? You mean there's something wrong with the doll that Nekomata gave me?
There was a camera stuffed inside its head. It recorded your whole confession to me before its battery died. I didn't understand everything, but I knew enough to take action. Seeing as we're sisters, I couldn't let you take this risk alone.
So Nekomata installed a camera in that thing and it recorded everything. That cunning little kitty cat.
And I knew that you didn't betray us. I liked that feeling. It was enough to help me believe in many things again.
Yes. So Anby was the quote unquote traitor that 11 talked about a long time ago earlier in the game. And it was all because Anby fled in order to prevent Hareen from being murked callously. But being that, Hareen is duty-bound, as is her nature, it was like, hey, soldier's honor, where did you go? What were you thinking? Turns out it was like, yeah, it was to save your life.
Proxy, her condition is extremely unstable. Please, get her out of here as fast as you can.
Sure thing. As for what comes next, you gotta do that alone, right, Anby?
Anby walks toward the laboratory building. There's a deathly silence here, as though everything that had happened was just a nightmare.
This tech has to be destroyed. Thank you for letting me be born.
Anby? What's on your mind?
Proxy, you're still here?
Don't worry. Soldier 11 is safe with Trigger. You can trust her. Opal Squad can take over from here now that everything's done. She'll be okay.
Really? That's great.
What a dilemma. Should you destroy the Silver Company tech, or not?
Is it that obvious? I thought I'd made up my mind to never let this kind of evil happen again.
In my opinion, you've judged things correctly here. Unethical tech like this will only lead to more suffering. Wasn't that the reason why you put so much effort into this? To stop that kind of pain?
You're right. I nearly caved there. What would I do without you? Thanks, Proxy.
Yeah, I'm going the Mass Effect 2 route. On one hand, if it weren't for that technology, Anby and 11 wouldn't have existed. But on the other hand, letting it propagate as it is could lead to even worse things. It's like, what do you do in that situation? It's basically like the collector base for Mass Effect 2. Do you do away with it and completely and live with the consequences? Or do you let it hang around and hope nothing bad happens when there's a very, very, very possible chance it absolutely will cause more bad things to happen?
Well, time for this Proxy to clock out for the day. We'll be waiting for you at the video store. Stop by soon, Anby.
Proxy ends the comms and deathly silence returns.
I've made up my mind.
I mean, it probably wouldn't have mattered anyway if I had chosen the other option. Like, let me think about it. Oh, I made up my mind anyway. So it just seems natural to me that we would just go with the complete wipe it out, scorch the earth with it. Excuse me, cutie. Have you seen my friend Anby? I am Anby. You are my colleague, Billy Kid. I am really Anby, and I can prove it to you. I remember all the things we went through together. Don't give me that flustered look. I'm just joking around. Is this what you used to wear before you joined the Cunning Hares? Not bad. It really suits you. Maybe should I switch back to my old threads too? Old threads, he says. What did he look like then? Did you give me that doll to monitor me? Meow, you sure discovered that quickly. I had been hoping to snatch it back first. I suppose I do have that thing too, though. That thing? What thing? Something like, what was it again? Oh, the right to privacy? I don't know about things like that. I was just thinking that if a dummy burger girl like you disappears without a word again, then Nicole will be worried about you. You'll make Nicole super worried. Worried to death. Sorry, I won't do it again. Pinky promise. Damn. Oh, I really need this version of Anby to come back badly. Why did you only give us 15 days, miHoYo? Why 15 and not the 30 you had for Evelyn? By the way, what's with the larger knee horn thing? Doesn't seem very practical. I mean, let's be honest, a lot of these outfits are probably not the most practical, but at least there's symmetry involved, you know what I mean? Other than the punk and heavy metal belt straps on the thighs, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just obsessing. Seriously, this outfit would look so good in Stellar Blade. Stellar Blade, Zenless Zone Zero crossover, maybe? Please? Probably. Well, I mean, we had a crossover with Nier. It could happen. But seriously, though, this outfit needs to come back soon. Hopefully very soon, so I can get it. Those clothes sure bring back memories, Anby. I was wearing this when you found me. I didn't even realize how much time had gone by. It's impressive you can still fit into your old clothes. I definitely can't wear any of my wardrobe from back then. Yeah, I agree. Where did that come from, and where are you looking? Anby? I'm not. You're still an awful liar. Oh, I love these two. Has Soldier 11 been picked up already? Don't worry, I promise you I'll take good care of her. Letting her enter the Hollow in such an unstable state doesn't seem like taking good care of her. It's not about letting her, but accompanying her. Everyone has things they're committed to, don't they? I won't stop Soldier 11 from seeing this through, but I can make sure she's not alone. Oh, so that's how you see it. And are you sure this won't cause any problems for 11 with the military? Military's factional struggles never cease, and unfortunately, ancient history, like Silver Company, isn't the focus. After returning, 11 will undoubtedly receive more professional care when she would be lying on the sofa in a video store. Sounds complicated. I knew I wasn't cut for the military. I wasn't cut out for the military. Don't be too down. I don't think I know any more than 3 people who are suited to being in the military. Including yourself? Absolutely not. Okay. Well, I very likely will not have gotten the S rank. Surgery tomorrow, good vibes indeed. Been sick since I was little. Echoes of Silver. DM me. Anby, welcome back. The Cunning Hares are here to pick you up, and Trigger hasn't left yet either. I think they all want to talk to you and make sure that you're safe and sound. Do you want to chat with them first? I've already spoken to them. Anby, you really do move fast. I'm so happy seeing you smile again, especially considering everything that's happened. Because I've already made a choice I won't regret, I think. Then we can rest easy for now. Proxy and Belle. I know just expressing my gratitude with words alone is not enough. I hope that someday I get a chance to help you too. And then I'll give it my best, just like today. Wow, now that's something we can look forward to. We'll remember it. Next time we find ourselves in a sticky situation, we'll commandeer Anby of the Cunning Hares with extreme prejudice. Please be sure to do so. I will be standing by at all times, awaiting your summons. Afterwards, it seems as though a long time passed before. Talk to Belle. Oh, everyone left. So we've been playing as Anby the whole time. Like, not even with Belle and Wise. Not even for the cyberspace stuff. Hey Wise, guess who I just ran into on the street? Me? Your doppelganger. Well, it would definitely be something if I did see one. Unfortunately, not this time. I actually ran into Anby and Trigger eating burgers together. Really? They're really close now. I thought so too, so I went over to say hi and catch up with them. How have they been recently? It might be faster if you just ask them directly. They were asking why they hadn't seen you around yet. They're right by 141 right now. Do you want to go talk with them? Also, I spoke too soon. We are now talking. We are now controlling Wise. Interesting. She's back in her current clothes.
Oh, fried chicken burgers are classic for a reason.
Oh, she's getting her Chick-fil-A. I love it.
Soldier 11's going to grill me about eating junk food again if I go back smelling like burgers.
Burgers don't have a smell. Even if they did, they would dissipate quickly, and she'd never know.
Are you sure?
No, there's a smell, right?
Oh, what do I do? What do I do?
I always thought the smell of burgers would linger, especially if they're fried chicken burgers.
That's not true. Proxy, when did you get here?
I just got here. I heard you mention Soldier 11. Is she doing better? After all, the last time I saw her, she was in pretty rough condition.
Thanks. Soldier 11 would be really happy to know that you care so much about her. She's made a full recovery. She's completely regained the same training intensity as before her injury. At least with her body, I mean.
So her body's recovered, but her memory is still affected?
Not quite. I asked Anby out today to chat with her about what's going on with Soldier 11. Her memory has basically reverted to how it was before the injury. She might occasionally get someone's name wrong, but she doesn't mistake her own identity, and her short-term memory is persisting through to the next day.
She's made a recovery. That's great.
It's still too early to say. She seems to have completely blanked out what happened during the incident, including the time she spent with you, Anby.
I hope not.
Like I said, That's great.
Because character development, I'm not the biggest fan of characters learning something and then unlearning it and pretending it didn't happen. Because to me, that's just not good. Like, I want there to be meaning to what happened, not to hand wave it away and pretend it didn't.
You still feel the same way now? She still believes that she was betrayed and abandoned. She still hates that traitor Anby.
Like I said, show her the video, all the proof, confront her again, apologize, do everything you did, except, well, tell her that everything's been fixed to go along with it. Don't let it linger on this bullshit.
That's wonderful.
Ugh.
Wonderful.
Hudion's a way stronger person than me. Strong enough to keep living with hatred. That's powerful.
Yeah, but is it healthy? If you're asking me, you should go get in touch, replay everything you went through, and, you know, explain everything. Either that or maybe, and this is just my personal headcanon, maybe 11 does remember everything and she's just not talking about it. I don't know. I'm not the big fan of characters learning something and then having it hand-waved away. I've even seen it happen in other cases, like the Dave Filoni Clone Wars show, where they did that god-awful 3-parter episode with the, what was it called? Ghosts of Mortis. Where basically they made it where Anakin and Obi-Wan go and find these 3 Force gods, and oh gosh, Anakin gets a vision of the future of him turning into Darth Vader. Whatever shall he do? He freaks out, goes into a complete mental breakdown, and is made worse by the fact that the quote-unquote son, the dark side god, basically is manipulating him. And by the end of the whole trilogy of episodes, both his and Obi-Wan's minds get wiped, and basically, it didn't matter. Absolutely nothing about all that mattered in the least. So it's kind of like, I hate plots where they do this kind of thing, where, oh, this thing that is very important and maybe would be good character development if they actually, you know, acknowledged and learned from that so-and-so thing from happening, only for it to not happen anyway. So it's like, I don't like that at all. It just feels like wasted character arcs, if you get what I mean. So I hope this is not permanent, but it would not sit well with me if it was.
I don't know what to say. All I know for sure is the target of her hatred is me. And that's good. We won't be meeting again. So, I won't get killed by her, or vice versa.
It's not healthy, Anby. You gotta come to peace with it. She has to come to peace with it.
But once she turns her hatred towards something, or someone else, things will get dangerous. Hadion is so pure. She's like an unalloyed metal that combusts even in water. The last thing I ever want to see is her getting hurt by her own flames.
I didn't realize you put that much thought into it.
I was just thinking about it while watching some similar movies lately.
There are movies like that?
Yeah. Wanna watch it with me next time, Trigger? We can watch it at the video store.
Sure. Stop by anytime.
Thank you, Manager. You're very kind. Even I'd blush when people are nice to me like this.
I mean, you kind of are.
I think you're really kind too, Trigger. So, are you all still down for burgers? It's on me today. Come on, you can get whatever you like.
Spicy chicken sandwich and a vanilla milkshake, please. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all, to be honest. Wise, if you're all done chatting, why don't we head on back? And that's it. But... okay, we got a whole bunch of other stages right here. I might as well do... I would like to do them, but I do feel kind of tired, to be honest. How long have I been going? Almost a little over 3 hours. Well... what do I do? What do I want to do? I think I'm going to stop here and take a break. And then when I come back, we'll do the warm-up rounds. Because I am hungry, like Anby. And I would like to recover first before I do anything else. So I'm going to do that first, come back, do as much as I can, and then give it a rest. So that'll do it for part 50. Did I like the general story for Soldier Zero Anby? Yes, I did really like it. I liked the build-up. I liked the going back and digging into Anby's history, tying it in with Soldier 11's history, which, honestly, I could smell it coming, considering how similar the characters looked and fought. Something was definitely there. What I did not like, however, was the resolution of it. I'm just not a fan, as I said, of characters that go through a story arc and then have them pretend it didn't matter so that they can be in a certain way. It's like, no, I don't like that. I don't like this direction of Soldier 11 being still forgetting what happened and not, getting peace with Anby. I just don't see what the logical story reason is for that. I hope it's something that is not permanent and that they'll revisit that at some point. Unless it's possible they do unless the Trigger storyline does it, I guess. I haven't played that yet, so I'm unaware as to whether or not that will factor into anything. But assuming it isn't, I can't say I like the resolution entirely. I don't see the point in having characters go through development only to have it wiped away. It doesn't sit right with me. So it's like, I like the general story, I just don't like the resolution to the conflict. Because they didn't resolve the conflict, they're just letting it stew. It's like, no, don't let 11 stew in that awful hatred. Go and freaking tell her the truth, for Pete's sake. Play the recording again. Something. So it's just like, it leaves it too bittersweet, where it really just feels like pointlessly left unfinished. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I did like the general story. I just did not like the resolution. That's all. So hopefully it's not something that's permanent and that they actually will resolve it, because if having it be just letting 11 stew in that hatred of Anby that's not entirely justified, it just feels wrong to me. It does not feel right. It just feels pointlessly drawn out. It just does not feel right to me. So hopefully they'll do something about it in the future. So I'm going to take a break. I need a food break. And when I come back, if I'm able to tonight, we will do the jump cuts. And then move on to Trigger's storyline. Okay, so that'll do it for here. I'll be back later, hopefully.